hot dogs and hamburgers. Probably the worst thing you could possibly eat. I watched a video with my students this week about the mad cow disease in England and how they were feeding dead animals to the cows. Ground up chicken, carcasses of dead cows, feeding it back to the cows in their feed and killing both animals and children alike. Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister at the time, the Iron Lady as they called her, she privatized schools and removed the nutritional components and standards whereby the market dictated that the kids basically ate rubbish and kids started to get sick and die. Very sad. But it's not anything new because they do the same thing in the United States where they feed dead animals to animals, as they do in Brazil as well. Some of the big three meat industries and slaughterhouses are located in these three nations, and yet Europe, Latin America, the United States continue to feed on this polluted meat. But it's easy to hide, as Chef Jamie Oliver in England discovered and realized in his short video on pink slime. The chef himself saw this was being fed to children in hamburgers and hot dogs in schools in his country, and he was appalled, yet it continues. And the worst quality meat is that in which you have multiple animals ground up, the worst pieces of the meat, oftentimes the leftover carcasses, ground up in a machine into pink slime and put into hot dogs and hamburgers, and sometimes mixed with other animals. Sometimes the spoiled, rotten, and expired meat is put with the good meat, and then it is made into one. Put a little spice on there, and most consumers are not discerning enough to realize what they're eating, specifically children who have not yet developed much of a palate for food, and they're eating cheap food as given to them by their parents in their schools. And it's sad because they oftentimes are the ones that get preyed upon and made sick in the process of eating processed meat the most. So this is the world in which we live, and these are some of the things to be aware of. Chicken parts are more contaminated with salmonella and E. coli. You grind them up, you can put them in chicken nuggets. So you got your chicken nuggets, you got your hamburgers, and you got your hot dogs. You got a recipe for disaster, and you might think it was something else that made you sick, when in actuality it might be your favorite fast food meal. It's your local restaurant that does not have your best interest at heart, and they may call it a happy meal, but it might not be too happy when you're hugging a toilet thereafter.